VA7 XRJ testing. Victor Echo 7, Victor Uniform testing.
This is Victor Echo 7, Papa Alpha Whiskey. I will be net control for the PC DMR Net, which will be starting in 5 minutes. Meanwhile, between now and the start of the net, if you need a quick in and out, now is your time. Please go now.
Good evening, Net Control Patricia. This is Victor Echo 7 X-Ray Charlie Mike calling in Victoria.
Victor Alpha 7 X-Ray Hotel Bravo.
Net Control acknowledges the following getting up station, Victor Echo 7 X-Ray Charlie Mike, calling Victor Alpha 7 X-Ray Hotel Bravo, Horace. Hope you can join us again. Taking early check-ins. Oh wait, someone said he was, no, he's not new. Never mind. Taking early check-in for anyone who needs a quick in and out. Please go now.
Victor Echo 7, Hotel Papa Bravo.
Net Control acknowledges Victor Echo 7, Hotel Papa Bravo. Dave for a quick in and out. Thank you for joining us. Anyone else who needs a quick in and out, please go now.
Yeah, Victor Echo 7, Whiskey Zulu November, looking for a quick in and out.
Victor Alpha 7, Whiskey Bingo, also looking for a quick in and out.
And me too. Victor Echo 7, Lima Echo 10, in and out.
Net Control acknowledges the following three quick in and out stations. Victor Echo 7, Whiskey Zulu November. John, Victor Alpha 7, Whiskey Tango. Scott, Victor Echo 7, Lima Echo. Ted, thank you for joining us. Anyone else for a quick in and out, please go now.
Victor Alpha 7, Foxtrot November.
Net Control acknowledges Victor Alpha 7, Foxtrot November. Paul, last quick in and out station. And I believe we are close enough that we might as well start the net. So, this is Victor Echo 7, Papa Alpha Whiskey. My name is Patricia, and we are on BC1 for the weekly DMR Net. This net is directed towards all DMR operators, province-wide across BC, and we welcome guests from outside the province. The net meets every Friday night between 8 and 9 p.m. Pacific Time on BC1, which is Talkgroup 3027 for repeaters connected to TRBO, or Talkgroup 3071 if using a repeater or hotspot connected to Brandmeister. Before starting the net, please make sure you are sent to the correct talk group and simply listening to all talk groups on the repeater in monitor or promiscuous mode. I will pause to allow you to check your settings. Our net has the following format. We start with announcements. Then we do check-ins from new stations joining the net for the first time. Then we do quick in and outs. This is the last round of quick in and outs. And then we will do check-ins in groups by topics, and I am the reverse alphabetical order. So if you're at the start of the alphabet and planning to get in and out quickly, you might want to go for the quick in and out section. After that, we will do questions, discussions, concerns, and a little chit chat. So to begin, do we have any announcements for the net this evening? If so, please go now.
Victor Echo 7, Victor Uniform.
Alpha Echo 7, Uniform Quebec. James, go ahead with your announcement.
Sunday night, 1915, on Talkgroup 315 at Brandmeister. Last chance in November, and all BC stations are welcome. And this can be my check-in.
Thank you very much. Victor Echo 7, Victor Uniform, Van, please go ahead with your announcement.
Yeah, good evening, Patricia and all on net. I'm doing a bit of an experiment here tonight, and I've got a live stream of the net going on YouTube. So if folks maybe want to see how their audio sounds or how they're sounding here, it's a stream of the audio coming off the VE7 DCX repeater here in the Kootenays. But if you just type in, BC DMR live stream on YouTube or type in my call sign, it should come up for you. And it'll be there after the net as well, if you want to check it. Victor Echo 7, Victor Uniform.
Thank you very much for that, Dan. That could also get very scary. Do we have anyone else for announcements for the net this evening? If so, please go now. With nothing heard, we will go on to the next bit, which is check-in from anyone who is new. So for this, if you are new to the net, once I am done using the chat and saying you can go ahead, what you do is you click the PPT and you wait probably a good 3 count to pull up all the repeaters in BC and then go ahead with your call sign. After that, we will have a chat because what we do is we do statistics as to how many are coming in on which repeater or hotspot and what radios are used. So, if you are new to the net, please go down. Alrighty, it looks like it'll be regulars this evening. So, now on to the next bit. As you may be aware, I do reverse the alphabet. So, if you need a quick in and out and you're not planning to stick around for the entire net, now is your last chance for a quick in and out. Please go now.
VA7 on cue. Victor Alpha 7 X-ray Romeo Juliet.
Net control acknowledges the following quick in and out stations. Or at least, I'm assuming it's because I doubled with Russell. So, Victor Alpha 7, India, Quebec, Dawn, Victor Alpha 7, X-ray, Romeo, Juliet, Russell. Thank you for joining us. Okay, one more round for quick in and out. One more round for quick in and out before we go on to the roll call.
Victor Echo 7, Charlie Uniform Sierra.
Okay, I was wondering if that was a key up on an unusual repeater or if you wanted it in and out because I reversed the alphabet. So I'm glad I'm awaited. Net control acknowledges Victor Echo 7 Charlie from Sierra, Daryl, and we're glad you were able to make it when you could. Alrighty, let us go on to calling suffixes uniform through Zulu. Uniform through Zulu, please go down.
Victor 7 X-ray Hotel.
Uniform.
Victor Echo 7 X-ray Hotel. Chris, thank you for logging and updating the spreadsheet. How are you doing this evening?
Yeah, good evening, Patricia and everyone else on net. And yeah, I'm fine apart from this croaky voice that I have. And yeah, I was sitting here on the what do you call it? On Sun, waiting for the net to start, not really paying attention, doing some work, and I thought it's really quiet tonight, and I noticed the bars were up on Sun, and I assumed there was another net going on D-Star. Anyway, so switched to New Westminster and found you a little bit late, but here I am. Have a good evening, everyone. 7-3.
Okay. Claims why Daryl was not coming to Sun. I honestly thought we had Sun set to automatically switch over. We might have to poke Pedro a bit. Victor Echo 7, Victor Uniform, Dan, how are you doing this evening?
Yeah, good evening, Patricia, and all on net. You're doing a great job in the net. Thanks for doing the net. And things are going pretty good here. We had a bit of snow yesterday and overnight here, and we like that. It's good for hunting, and it's chilled off now. It's definitely chilling off. So winter seems to be here. And I've been working around, messing around with some of the mesh-tastic stuff. We don't really have a whole lot of mesh-tastic nodes or anything like that around here, so I'm building a mesh-tastic node and experimenting with that. So that's been quite interesting. But it's nice to hear everybody on. 7-3 for now. Victor Echo 7, Victor Uniform.
Well, that's an interesting one. I will have to pick your brains on Mesh-tastic. I know various people who have poked at it, but it's always interesting to see what other people's experiences are. Because to me, it seems to really depend on what the population is in your immediate area, who's running it. Okay, let us try second call for call signs. Uniform through Zulu. Uniform through Zulu. You rarely go first, but here you are. Please go now. Okay, that looks better. All right, let us do Quebec through Tango. Quebec through Tango. If you're out there, please go down.
Victor Alpha 7, go Charlie Mike.
Wilson 7, Tango Charlie Mike. How's your snow situation?
Well, Patricia, we have definitely a lot of snow, that's for sure. If you need some, feel free to let me know what PO box to send it to, and I can mail you some. Hi.
Yeah, I figured if Dan had snow, you definitely had snow. Oh well. Okay, let us do this call. The suffix is Quebec through Chingo. Quebec through Chingo. Please go now.
Victor Echo 7, Romeo Foxtrot, Bravo.
Victor Echo 7, Sierra Hotel.
Victor Echo 7, Romeo Foxtrot Bravo. Ron, how is Kelowna this evening?
Yeah, thanks. It's kind of chilly. It's kind of a dank day out here all afternoon anyway. But I got some errands done and just be content to sit in a nice warm house and talk on the radio. Back to the 7PW, the 7RFP.
Yeah, we don't have the late stuff. We have the mutt, and we have three it gets dark early. So yeah, I completely understand being at home where it's dry and nice and warm and snug. Victor Echo 7, Sierra Hotel, Scott, how are you doing?
Good evening, Patricia, everyone on net. Long time no check-in, but thought I'd give a call out from sunny Victoria. We had sunshine and double-digit temperatures today, so I'm on the Wara repeater in Victoria, and everyone sounded great tonight. Back to you, the Center Stage.
I'm glad you got to enjoy your double-digit temperatures. I was actually fortunate enough to work from home today, so I did not make it outside, but I did see the sunlight. So that was kind of nice. Let us do both sides. Suffix is Lima through Papa. Lima through Papa. Please go now.
VE7, Oscar Kilo.
Victor Alpha 7, Mike Delta.
Victor Echo 7, Oscar Kilo, Oz. How's Blossom treating you?
Oh, very well. I'm also following the streaming on YouTube, which is kind of interesting because the one thing that always annoys me about DMR is people that have their radio turned up way too hot, and the occasional person is a little on the low side, but that's acceptable because I can just move my ear closer to the radio. The opposite is the problem when someone just cracks it into the DMR and it hurts my ears. But there am I whining and complaining on this dark night closing in on Christmas. Back to you.
Yep, I understand. Fortunately, I haven't heard anyone extremely hot yet tonight, which makes it nice. But yeah, there are some people who sometimes come in quite hot. Victor Alpha 7, Mike Delta, Dave, thank you for logging. How is Kelowna?
Oh, Patricia, if you'd asked me this last night, I would have said white. I'm a little bit flare meaning this morning, but most of that's melted, except for maybe the hillside about 300 or 400 meters above my place is definitely white. So it's looking like a little bit of winter showing up here. So you have a good one. Thanks for doing the net tonight, 7:30.
Thank you. Alrighty, let us do a second call. Lima through Papa. Lima through Papa, second call.
Victor Alpha 7, Lima Bravo Alpha.
Victor Alpha 7, Lima Bravo Alpha. Steven, how are you doing?
Good evening, Patricia, and good evening, everyone on it. I'm doing fairly well, and coincidentally, I just replaced my mesh task repeater node with another node. I guess after having 4 years of use out of it, I finally gave up. So that's about all the traffic I have for tonight, and 7-3 to all.
Whoa, another person I can talk about Meshtastic if I ever go too far in that direction. I know there's at least one person in my local club that's doing it. But they had said at the time that they're poking at it that you get too many nodes together. Like we have Vention, I think, down in Ohio, and it does work well. So it's interesting to see what it actually does in our geography with the number of nodes we have here. But moving on. Calling suffixes, hotel per kilo. Per kilo. Let's go now.
Victor Echo 7, Juliet November Hotel.
Contact Victor Echo 7, Whiskey Hotel Lima.
Alrighty, let's take those in order. So we'll do Juliet November Hotel first and Whiskey Hotel Lima. So, John, how are you doing?
Pretty well today. It was a beautiful day today out in Tsawwassen, and went out to a Christmas tree lighting ceremony, and it was pretty good too.
To the talk group tonight. Anyway, if anybody hears me, this is me check-in. So, Victor Echo 7, Whiskey Hotel Lima, clear.
Net Control acknowledges Victor Echo 7 Whiskey Hotel Lima. I did hear you previously, but I was taking questions in order. I don't know if you can hear me now. But we'll leave you clear. Let's do a second call for call signs, suffixes, hotel per kilo, hotel per kilo.
Pick off a 7 Kilo Romeo Yankee.
Victor Alpha and Kilo Romeo Yankee. How are you doing? Victor Alpha 7, Kilo Romeo Yankee. Jeremiah, please go ahead.
Good evening, Patricia, and good evening to everybody on the net. Yeah, it's nice to hear your voices again tonight, and thank you for taking my check-in. No traffic for me. Just keeping it cool here in Burnaby, watching TV. So yeah, enjoy the night, everyone. 7-3 to all. Back to you, Patricia.
Well, thank you for joining us tonight. Let us go on. How fine suffixes Delta through Golf. Delta through Golf. Please go now. Calling those with suffixes beginning Delta through Golf. Delta through Golf. Please go now.
Victor Echo 7, Golf Echo Uniform.
Victor Echo 7, Golf Echo Uniform. Hey, how are you doing?
Good evening, Patricia. Victor Echo 7, Golf Echo Uniform. I think I'm doing pretty good tonight. Just staying inside. And I don't know. That's about it. Listening to the net.
Well, that works. All right, let us go for our last section. Alpha through Charlie. Alpha through Charlie. If you're there, please go now.
Victor Echo 7, Charlie, Quebec Tango.
That's interesting. I heard the first half of Victor Echo 7 and Charlie Quebec Tango. Good thing I recognize your voice. Did not see you on BC Turbo's call watch, but I do see you on my hotspot. And somehow Victor Alpha 7 Charlie Golf Mike managed to get off of you. I didn't think that was possible with DMR. Anyhow, let us proceed in that order. So first, Victor Echo 7 Charlie Quebec Tango. Doug, thank you very much for logging.
Yeah, VE7CQT, otherwise known as Anonymous Liger, to read on the spreadsheet. Nothing more to say about that. Chris is looking into it, and that'll be fun if we can get our real names to show. And I think it's because I'm coming through the Sun repeater, and the turbo system took precedence, I guess. Brian CTH was also in there. Back to you, Patricia. Thank you for locking and for controlling VE7CQT.
Interesting, because my hotspot from Brandmeister, you would think coming into Sauna, just a Brandmeister system, I would you. But none the more from that. Glad you mentioned Brian because we didn't hear him or see him at all, so we'll get to him afterwards. Let us continue with Victor Alpha 7, Charlie Golf Mike. Ken, please go ahead.
Thanks, Pat. Sorry to step on Doug and the other fellow. Nothing to report from Royston. Victor Alpha 7, Charlie Golf Mike, over.
Okay, yep, it's interesting. It was sort of a case of you stepping on people. That happens. I just didn't think it was possible. But now we have known. So anyhow, let us continue on to Victor Echo 7, Charlie Tango Hotel. Brian, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing great, Patricia. Good evening to you and everybody on net. One thing I was wondering about, I'm not sure if this is the place for discussion, but a number of the Metro Vancouver clubs have gone to Mesh Core rather than Mesh Tastic. So maybe just a Coles Notes version of the difference between the two and why some people prefer one over the other. Thanks, Patricia, and everybody's logging, and everybody's on it.
Well, Brian, that will be an interesting topic of discussion. We'll see if anyone who is an expert would like to weigh in on that. But we will finish TRBO first. So I am calling Alpha 3 Charlie, but I might call late or missed now. So Alpha 3 late or missed. Let's see if we can get everyone up and get on to some discussion. Food has somehow managed to scare one off. All right. For station identification, this is Victor Echo 7, Papa Alpha Whiskey. We are finishing the roll call part of our net, and we're now into technical discussions. So the question that was posed just at the end of roll call was mesh core versus mesh stick. Why choose one over the other? What are the differences? And unfortunately, I'm going to have to go to someone else because I have no clue except that Meshtastic exists. So if you have any information, please go ahead with your call sign. I will acknowledge, and we'll go from there.
Victor Alpha 7, Lima Bravo Alpha.
Victor Alpha 7, Lima Bravo Alpha. Stephen, please go ahead.
Yes, coincidentally, we actually have a big mesh core network here in the Okanagan Valley and throughout the interior. There are many repeaters up here that are running both Mesh-tastic and Mesh Core. The differences are in how they route. Mesh Core has something like smart routing, which allows for it to not, stall up the system by producing too many. It's like APRS, so it does a bit of flood routing. That's what Metastic does. And I'll just reset here for a second. Okay, so with Metastic and flood routing, it's like PRS, so that each node that hears it will spread the message until the number of jumps allowed is reached. With Mesh Core, there's a little bit more of smart routing involved, and it probably means the whole network is a little more efficient. However, that is neutralized because they allow for 100 jumps. So it just means that if people are putting a high number of jumps on their nodes, it means there's that much more repetition of signals. So, and the next editions of Mesh-tastic will have some smart routing with them. And I prefer Mesh-tastic because it is probably the more popular one, maybe not the most efficient, but as you know, with mesh networks, more is better, and so that's kind of why I went with it. Anyway, that's a brief differences in a nutshell.
Okay, a couple of follow-up questions. Which one's newer? It sounds like Mesh Core has routing capabilities which Mesh-tastic did not start with, which might fix some of that jamming stuff that was mentioned that happens with too many nodes together. And the other thing you mentioned, I think, was you've got Mesh Core and Mesh-tastic repeaters. So are they the same box, or you just have two sets of hardware in the same location? How compatible are they with each other?
Victor Alpha 7 Lima Bravo Alpha here. Yes, they are in separate nodes and separate boxes. They all use the same type of nodes. So if you buy one for one and decide to go with the other network, you can easily flash in the new firmware. And they don't they don't tend to interfere with each other. It's frequency based, and I have never heard of one interfering with the other one. They're just it'll be interesting to see which one prevails. I'm more into Mesh-tastic because it has interoperability with ATAC, which is Android Tactical Awareness Kit, and the other one does not. I would say that if you were into tinkering and getting a little more out of your nose, you go with Mesh Core. If you want what is becoming an established network with a whole bunch of people that are amateurs and not amateurs, I just stick with Mesh-tastic.
Cool. Thank you very much. Do we have anyone else wanting to make a comment or question about Mesh-tastic? Please go now.
Victor Echo 7, Victor Uniform.
Victor Echo 7, Victor Uniform. Dan, please go ahead.
Yeah, I'm pretty green with it all, but you know, from what I've been reading, the Mesh-tastic is better for rural areas, and where I'm at here in this town, we have no infrastructure at all, nothing for Mesh-tastic or Mesh Core, aside from a small node that I have set up for Mesh-tastic. But that's why I'm in the process of building this larger Mesh-tastic repeater. And I think I'll stick with that, just like the comment Stephen was making about how there's more folks there, and so that's kind of where I'm at. And maybe the end goal will be to have both, but definitely starting with just the Mesh-tastic here. And I did actually make contact with someone who's a new ham, who was in town and over the Mesh-tastic, and was able to invite him to join us in our radio activities and everything. And kind of reminds me of 11 meters CB. There's a lot of unlicensed operators I've met on there, and I was able to talk to them, and later they became licensed hams and got involved in our local club or whatever. So with Mesh-tastic, yeah, it's not as much of a, there may be non-hams there as well, and I think that's pretty cool. But I think definitely for the rural areas where there's nothing established, Mesh-tastic is kind of the place to start. And I really appreciate everything Stephen had to say. Anyway, thanks to 7-3 for now, Victor Echo 7, Victor Uniform.
Thank you very much, Dan. Okay, it's good to have different perspectives. Do we have any other comments on the subject of Mesh-tastic? If so, please go now. All right, with nothing heard, I will assume that that subject is now done for that. Do we have any other comments or questions from the net tonight? Any subject, technical, amateur radio related, that you would like to do? Please go now. Okay, late or missed? Later missed? Anyone later missed? Yeah. Okay, with silence, I guess it's a tired, lazy Friday night, especially again earlier. One of the loggers, whoever wants to do it, let's go for statistics and we will wrap this up.
Okay, this is V7CQP, Patricia. And let me scroll down to the bottom here. It's a large number tonight, 27. Must be the topics or the net controller. Average is 27.3. So right on the average, and actually surprising for a quiet Friday night. Patricia, and thank you for hosting the E7CQT.
Well, thank you and everyone else who has been logging. It helps because it's very difficult to log and host the net at the same time. Speaking of which, we are always looking for net control operators, and we are coming towards the end of the year. So if you are interested in becoming a net control operator, please let us know here on the net. I believe contact info is posted on the website, and we are more than happy to bring in other people. Meanwhile, with that all said, I will close the net early and turn this talk group back to regular use. Everyone have a good evening, good weekend, stay warm. 73. Good night.